What did you lock the door? I go, it's a long fucking story.
It's a long story. You got time? I'll be sitting here for a while.
Yeah, just get the fuck out.
That's awesome, Keith.
But,
I love it.
Not the debaucherous level I know a book would have risen to, but
oh no, I love it, man.
Your listeners will get a kick out of that.
Oh no, this is a good Christmas level content kind of story. I appreciate
sanitized.
Yeah, we needed to bring it back around with some sensibility, for God's sake, some morality. I appreciate it, man.
Oh, you're welcome, man.
Yeah. So when can we expect to hear some more dubs or see you guys?
We just have to wait and wait this thing out. So that's sort of what we're doing, but. You know, I'm more optimistic now than I was a couple of months ago, and I'm starting to write again, and the sort of creative juices are flowing a bit more than they were. Because I was telling people, if you were told back in March you're going to get, you know, a year off, and the government's going to pay you unemployment, and you know, then you can get back to work, I think I probably would have thought that was brilliant, because I've been on the road solid for 28 plus years, and without ever taking a break. So I was thinking, you know, if somebody said that to me, it would have been like God sent, you know. But the thing is, I didn't know that, so I just stressed balls every month, trying to think, should I be doing something? Am I supposed to be writing now? Should I have an album together? Should I be booking a tour? I see this state's open. Oh, that state just opened. Oh, but this one's closed. And I just kept trying. And eventually by, I think it was the end of July, early August is really when I just sort of sat down and took a breath and said, you know what? This is fucked. It's not going to happen. We have to wait. Start enjoying yourself. And then I started fishing. And I basically went...
Started fishing?
I went deep sea fishing for about 2 months. I learned how to sail. I turned an old band trailer into a fucking camper. And, I sort of went nuts for those 2 months. And now I'm just sort of winding those projects down and getting back to the music. But it's been interesting. There'll be so many amazing stories of, you know, what I did during COVID, because I think everybody... The idea that everybody was writing albums, I did have, there was 2 musicians I reached out to that I hadn't spoken to in a while, and I should have known ahead of time what the answers would be, but I asked the first guy, so, you know, have you been like me and just sort of stuck in lockdown and not being able to get the creativity going and sort of feel like you've wasted the time and you're guilty now that you've wasted all the time? And he was like, yeah, man, that's exactly what I feel like. And I thought, oh, good, I don't feel so bad knowing you did. And then the next guy I asked, the guy from Canada, how are you doing? And he goes, well, hey, I've got 2 albums done now. I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
It just like ruined my whole feeling of contentment that I'd gotten from the last conversation. So yeah, some people will have been very creative, and others just it's just been a mental fuck, you know.
That's been like me though. I wrote like 12 episodes. I adapted an old screenplay into like a fictional podcast. I turned it into like 12 episodes. I speaking of the government paying for things, I've been working my ass off at the bar for a year trying to make ends meet, trying to get like a new computer, trying to get recording equipment. Never could get unemployment. All of a sudden, by not working, I have all this shit. We're having this conversation.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, I've been an idiot. I've been working all this time. That makes no sense. And
exactly.
I'm gonna tell you, and like, you know, people think like, I don't know if you're like this, but like, you know, you're on stage, like comedian. I'm on stage. Like when I bartend, you're kind of on a stage. People think you love to be the center of attention, but you put me in a party situation socially. Like I'm in the corner. I don't like talking to people. I'm super awkward. And so I've been thriving during quarantine. It's like, yeah, I guess we can't go out. I'm like, yeah, what a shame. I guess I'm gonna have to stay in by myself and create things. I love it. I would thrive in solitary confinement.
That's the thing. It's very strange how a lot of the YouTube stuff I did, you know, I didn't feel like doing music YouTube. You know, every band in the world was trying to make money by doing streaming stuff. And I just had zero interest in doing that. It was never anything we had done. You know, the only YouTube footage we had was fans were putting stuff from iPhones up there. And, you know, live gigs. It was awful, but I didn't even really know we had a YouTube channel. And so I'd ignored all that. And that did sort of open up as I started to get into more like, how do you do internet stuff? How do you record? How can you record your vocals and guitar with effects so that you've got a little bit of verb and because everybody I was seeing was just sitting in their room. And there was some good stuff, but for the most part, I felt like reaching out to my friends saying, listen, you do realize the internet's forever, right? this shit you're doing is not just to get you $100 through fucking Venmo. This shit's going to be on there forever, and it sounds awful. So, you know, but then other people were giving me shit about that, saying, no, your fans just want to see you do something, and don't be so, but you know, you're your own worst critic. So if I do it, I want it to be good, you know, that sort of way. And it took me a long time to cop on how to do all that stuff. So slowly but surely I started getting content up there and keeping in touch with the people who've supported us all this time. But it's been interesting. It'll be a major reflection, and I'm sure there'll be lots of, you know, I don't want to be that idiot that writes the COVID song, but there will be lyrics. There will definitely be lyrics that are that you can tell, exploring sort of where your brain went.
Keith, can I give you some lyric that I would love to hear put in one of your songs?
Yes.
If you can somehow incorporate this, if you're gonna do a COVID related song, just put
yes.
At least with the mask, no one can see the blow fall out of my nostrils. Can you work that into a song somewhere, you think? I don't know.
It may actually rhyme perfectly with something I'm working on right now.
It rhymes with nostril?
Nostril is a tough one, but
nose. It can't fall out of my nose. That
exactly.
Nose. I don't know.
No, I like the challenge of nostril. I will.
Okay. I don't know your process is, but okay.
We dragged some beefy ball roll as it fell out of my nostril. I'll think of something.
Awesome, buddy. Do you want to plug anything? Just like let the listeners know where to go, where to check you guys out.
Yeah, you can obviously youngdubliners.com, and you'll see all the Facebook stuff we've got at Young Dubliners, and then the YouTube channel. We found out it's a bit dodgy to find because it's not under the Young Dubliners. There's a whole bunch of, I suppose, fan sites you call them or something, where people set up channels with the Young Dubliners. So ours is Young Dubliners, all one word. And if you type that into YouTube, you'll see the channel. It's you get a bit of a laugh out and see some music and some of the math stuff I spent the last 8 months doing.
Awesome. I'll check it out, Keith. And listen, when this all ends, you guys go back on tour, you guys come through Denver, make sure you let me know. You can crash in my place. The bathroom door works great.
That's perfect. As long as I want that in writing, but yes.
Thanks a lot, Keith. We'll talk
to you soon. Great stuff, Craig. You too, man. Take care.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, it's last call, so let me give you a tip. Don't ask, do you know how to make this? And then show me a fucking recipe on your phone. If you like that obscure shit someone invented for a magazine article so much, buy that shit and make it at home. Coors Light, coming right up. Folks, it's been a blast. You don't have to go home, but you... Wait, what? Keith has a joke? Okay, hang on a minute. Let's hear it, Keith.
So here we are. There's this young Irish girl, and she's just going about her business one day at the local market or something, and this Saudi prince happened to be in Ireland at the time, and he ends up meeting her. She's probably, I think she was 19 at the time or so, and he just can't believe the beauty of this Irish girl, and he wants to go through all the formal stuff, and he meets her, he asks her if he could perhaps meet her parents. She's overwhelmed by the excitement that this prince has given her all this attention. Next thing you know, he tells her mother that he's, you know, the heir to a massive of wealth and palaces and everything back in Saudi Arabia, but he wanted to know if he could possibly take her daughter's hand and marry her and bring her back, and she's going to be a princess and all that. So the mother obviously is proud and excited like any mother would be, and gives the blessing, and the daughter off she goes as a big farewell from the town, and they're all waving her off as she's going from rags to riches, and off she goes. So about 3 months later, she calls the mother. She's crying her eyes out. The mother says, "What's wrong, love?" She goes, "Oh, well, you know, when he first met me, you know, took me over here so excited, and I'm living in this huge palace with all these servants and everything else, but it's just, you know, Mummy, I just, all he wants to do is have anal sex." The mother goes, "Oh my goodness." She goes, "Yes." She goes, "When I got here, my asshole was about the size of a dime. Now it's the size of a quarter." And the mother says, "So wait a minute, you're willing to give all this up over 15 cents?
Oh my God.
Terrible.
That's
terrible.
funny. I got to give you one. Let me give you one. This
yeah.
This is my favorite bar joke of all time.
Please.
A psychologist is doing a study on how dogs reflect their owner's behavior. So he gets a doctor's dog, a divorce attorney's dog, and a bartender's dog. He gives the divorce attorney's dog a treat. The dog takes the treat, breaks it in half, gives it to the other 2 dogs. The doctor's dog takes the treat and puts it back together again. The bartender's dog takes the treat, chops it up, snorts it, fucks the other 2 dogs, and goes home.
Oh, the jokes the jokes that are always steeped in possibility.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, enjoy that one. Tell it to your friends. I can't wait to see you guys on tour, man. Thanks again, Keith. I really appreciate it.
You got it, Greg. Take care, brother.
Folks, it's been a blast. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here, unless you want to listen to the outtakes. And a call to my fellow booze slingers. Send in your stories to cockedtales@gmail.com. You can remain anonymous if you'd like. Thanks for listening, subscribing, downloading, and spreading the word. Don't be afraid to give me a good review, even if you're lying. If you want to support the podcast, check it out on Patreon. I don't have any extra shit there, but I'll happily accept donations. Worth a try. Hey, we'll see you next time on Behind Bars, Cocktails, and Wasted Nights. Cheers!
With an interview with me, you could easily do an ad for either rehab or you could do an ad for fucking erectile dysfunction. I mean, there's a wide range of I can't get rid of my erection.
Keith, I gotta ask you to stop reading my diary, man. Come on,
yeah. Fucking, I'm getting all these penises large with emails. Who the fuck's talking?
If you like that obscure shit so much, fuck.